all day. I was like, there's definitely something going on inside my body. I just knew. Like, you're probably like, Brittany, you're crazy. Like, how do you know literally the night of conception? But hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm sure you've clicked on this video because you've seen the title. I know I watched a lot of these videos when I was in my 2-week wait period. I just feel like it's so hard not to. You just like, those 2 weeks are so long. They literally feel like months. I wanted to share my 2-week wait symptoms with you before I got my big fat positive, my BFP on 9 days DPO. Now, when I tell you I knew I was pregnant before I took a positive pregnancy test, there is no doubt in my mind that I like knew. I just knew. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like when you know, you know. I was lucky enough to find out 9 days DPO, but before then I did take a pregnancy test at 8 days DPO, which was a big fat negative. I'll insert some footage of that now because I did take some footage on that day when I took that first pregnancy test and it was negative. So I'll insert some footage of that now for you. Guessed already or known by the title of the video, I'm about to do a pregnancy test. Long story short is like, this is the first time we not even tried, but like we've just had unprotected sex, and it was like literally the day I ovulated. So I'm been trying to wait. It's currently 9 days DPO. No, 8 days DPO, so it's still so early. But I just want to do one. Like, I'm trying not to, I'm not expecting much. Like, I'm pretty much expecting a negative, but I've literally done like 2 pregnancy tests in my life. So here we go. I'm using the first response 6 days, detect 6 days earlier. So yeah, I'm gonna open one of these, dip it in and see how I go. I'm like literally not expecting much, but I've just felt a bit weird, but also I know that when you want something you kind of like can put the symptoms there when they're not there. But the one thing I have noticed is I've been cramping heaps, and like sometimes I'll cramp during ovulation, but this has been going on since day after, like 1 DPO. So it's now, like, it's been over a week, so I just feel like it's a bit off. Anyway, I'll wait and we'll see what happens. Okay, a minute and a half to go. So long. Anyway, I told myself I wouldn't test until, when does it say to test? It says to test 6 days before your missed period, so 6 days before expected period, 5 days before expected period. I think I'm 7 days before expected period, so obviously, yeah, it's still very early, but we'll just see what happens. Okay, 20 seconds. Again, I'm not going to be like totally disheartened because like I said, I don't expect it to be positive, but it's just kind of like I had them sitting there, so I'm like, why not just see. Okay, 3 minutes is up. Let's have yeah, it's a clear negative. Clear negative. Oh well. So as you could probably see, I was feeling a bit off. I was feeling very weird for that last sort of week after ovulation and after we conceived. Yeah, it's just really crazy. It actually sounds so crazy, but like I knew literally after we had sex, it's probably too Emma. Literally, I know after we had sex that night, I was like literally Googling my baby's due date. And I know that sounds so bloody crazy, but I just knew this was going to be a positive, like the result of a positive pregnancy. And it's just so crazy to me because, as you saw in the video, this is literally the first time we had unprotected sex. And like literally, I know like most of you probably won't know my history, but long story short, I'll save this for another video. I had been seeing a gynecologist a few months before I fell pregnant, and he was pretty much like, you're going to need IVF. Like I was literally booked in for IVF to freeze my eggs and to do that because my estrogen was really low, and he was like, you probably won't be able to conceive naturally. So yeah, it's just beyond crazy to me that I still thought like, yep, first time I'm pregnant, but I was right. So I'm just gonna go through with you my symptoms. So as soon as I thought I was pregnant, I downloaded this app called Ovia Pregnancy. I found a lot of people using this app online, so I just decided to go with it. And I've actually recorded all my symptoms from the day we conceived, so I wrote down everything just so I could remember. And yeah, I'm just going to share them with you. So 1 DPO, I had cramping, and if you're not familiar with DPO, that is days past ovulation. So 1 day past ovulation, I had cramping on and off on my lower abdomen, and I had a headache. That were pretty much my main symptoms. 2 DPO, I had bad cramps throughout the day, a headache, I was feeling tired, and the weird thing is I had this crazy vivid dream that night before about snakes, and snakes are like my biggest fear. And it was funny because I read something somewhere that if you have, like when you're pregnant, you have these crazy dreams and you have like really vivid dreams. And yeah, I just found that so bizarre. I was like, this is definitely not normal because I don't normally have vivid dreams. And then I also took a sip of cider, like alcoholic cider, and I thought it tasted funny, and it had just like this weird taste, and I just couldn't drink it. So that was another kind of weird thing that wasn't normal for me. 3 DPO, I had cramps again on and off throughout the day. I also had a headache again, PMS-like symptoms, and then I've written I was feeling nauseous randomly throughout the day. Constipated and full feeling. Yeah, I remember towards the last few days before I found out I was pregnant, I was just feeling so bloated and full. Like it was just this feeling. The next day I didn't record anything, so 5 DPO, again constipated and full feeling, dull cramps on and off, and I've written high sex drive, which is, again, with my history, I hadn't really been having a high sex drive, so that was definitely a weird and unusual symptom for me. 6 DPO, headache, nausea, ridiculous hunger. I remember I went to work in the morning, and normally I don't have, like I start at 7 and I don't have my break till 12, which is actually quite a long amount of time to not eat. But anyway, I'm used to it, and my body's kind of just used to eating at that time. So I'm normally fine, but it got to like 10:30 and I was like, I need to go on break. I need to eat now. I'm so hungry. So yeah, that was a weird thing as well that I kind of took note of. And then stomach cramps all day. I had a dull backache, just like in the lower back, which was weird as well. And then just feeling tired and flat. So that was 6 DPO. Then 7 DPO, I also had a vivid dream the night before, which again, I was like, this is weird. Like 2 vivid dreams in that week when I normally didn't have vivid dreams. I had dull cramps, and I've written that I worked out in the morning. So yeah, I was feeling flat, but I think I was working out because I just didn't want to like kind of fixate on it. I wanted to keep myself busy and not thinking about it, because those 2 weeks, seriously, well, I was lucky enough not to even wait the full 2 weeks, but that literally week and a half was so long, it felt like forever. Then 8 DPO, which you saw me insert the clip. I had a negative pregnancy test and I had cramping all day. And then we come to 9 DPO when I found out, the day I found out I was pregnant. So yeah, I got a positive faint line on my pregnancy test. I took the first response, just the pink ones. I'll insert a photo because I actually kept the 8 DPO one that I took on the video, and then the 9 DPO one, which is where I got a positive. So I'll put a photo up because you can actually, like, it's a clear second line. And I remember taking it, like, I know in the video I said I wouldn't take it for a few days, but I was just like, it was like 5 o'clock the next afternoon, and I was like, I just want to take it. Like, I just had this urge to take the test, and it was my last first response, and I took it, and it was that faint second line. I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, am I seeing things? I was literally moving it to the light and everything, but literally it was clear as day, that second line you'll see in the photo. And then I actually had a clear blue digital test, just one that I had, and I was like, okay. I rang my best friend and I was like, I think I'm pregnant. And I took the clear blue one just to confirm with her on the phone. I wish I recorded it, but I didn't. And it came up with positive. It said pregnant 1 to 2 weeks. So it was so crazy. I could not believe it, but I just, when you know, you know. And I can't, like, if you have a gut feeling, just seriously go with that. Document all your symptoms, because it's just so, no one knows your body better than you. And like I said in the video, I had, sometimes around ovulation I get cramps, but literally for like 1 or 2 days, this was like nearly 7 days I had these cramps, like on and off all day. I was like, there's definitely something going on inside my body. And yeah, so that is my story of how I fell pregnant and how I knew I was pregnant before my big fat positive. Like, I just knew. Like, you're probably like, Brittany, you're crazy. Like, how do you know literally the night of conception? But I just knew. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. And I'll see you in my next video.